Hey, Sagittarius. Hi. Hi, Kiana. What's up? Sorry, I don't know if you heard my kitty meowing. It's right next to the camera. Sagittarius, welcome to your June 2020 reading. This is TC, your guiding chariot. Glad to be back with you. Quarantine sure had its intentions for me. Thankfully, all of those issues have been resolved. We are back to normal. Hallelujah. This is going to be a reading for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope you guys are all being safe and taking care of yourself and you know, everyone's special in your life. The world is definitely taking some interesting turns and it's kind of a crazy, at times scary place right now. So again, I hope you are taking care of yourself and doing what we need to do. This reading going to be a little different. It is going to be a general reading, so again, my only ask is that you take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So you may vibe with part of the reading, you may vibe with the whole reading. Ooh. Again, if it doesn't fit your situation, do not try to force it. Leave that on the table. Just take what fits. So in this format, I'm going to pull 9 cards, 10 if you include the oracle. But I really want to gauge this more on eclipse season. So although that's pretty much going to move through June, this reading may extend into July, or these energies may extend into July, so don't worry about the timing. This is really about eclipse season, what energy is really surrounding us as we grow and as we learn and shift and evolve through what we're being shown and being taught. So before I start cutting cards, I am filming this on the 6th. We just started eclipse season yesterday. Had a lunar eclipse in your sign, Sagittarius, so some lovely, beautiful shifts going on for you. What's coming up with eclipse season? So we started it yesterday. We have a solar eclipse in Cancer towards the end of this month, and then we start July off with another lunar eclipse in Capricorn. So lots of resets going on, lots of karmic things coming up for us. For some of us, a lot of us probably, it'll be concerning our relationships, whether they are current relationships, future relationships, how we show up in relationships. Lots of interesting things about how we show up and what we want out of our relationships with others and our connections, whether they be romantic, platonic. You know, everyone's journey will be a little different. So we will discover what that means together. So I'm going to pull 9 cards from the tarot, 3 about what is going on in the 3D surrounding you physically, 3 about what's going on in your headspace and your mental. Oh, look at that. You know, mental space. Oh, Sag, we're going to talk about this. We are going to talk about this. Okay. Whew. So 3 for what's going on 3D, 3 for the mental space, 3 for your spiritual space, right? So we're going to start with the 3D, with the physical. And by golly gee, look at this. So we've got the Ace of Cups, so self-love, true love, pure love, emotional fulfillment, right? Filling our own cup. All the way from the Ace to the 10, look at that. 10 of Chalices, emotional fulfillment, happily ever afters. Oh, making me excited. And then we have the Seeker of Crystals. So this is your princess or your Page of Pentacles. So again, kind of speaking to this growth potential, right? You have the alpha and the omega of the emotional space. And then you have this energy of pure potential, right? So there's lots of emotional abundance that's growing for you, right? So if I'm talking to a single Sag, if I'm talking to a Sag who's been seeking fulfillment, baby, it's out there and it's all around you. I love this. So expect a lot of abundance. Oh, FYI, if you see me fidgeting with the cards a lot, this is a new deck. It was gifted to me by a very close friend. But they are huge. Like, I have big hands, and you can, like, it's literally the size of my hand. Like, it's huge, it's massive. So if you see me fidgeting with the cards, it's just because I'm trying to make sure they all fit on screen. So that's all there is to that. But lots of growth potential, let's say. So maybe right now we're sitting in the Ace. We kind of own this feeling of self-love. You know, we've been taking care of ourselves in quarantine, which is beautiful. Finding that vibration within us. Now that we know what that feels like, the potential for it to multiply and grow, and again to attract you know, the full manifestation of those energies is present. It's here. So take that as confirmation. This is beautiful. This, oh my God, so happy to see that. All right, oh, as I flipped everything over, as I tend to do when I put the cards down. All right. Ooh, okay, okay. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. We are gonna talk about this. So, first we've got the Karma card in this deck. So, nothing crazy, and I did say this eclipse season, what is it bringing up? It's bringing up all kinds of karmic stuff for us. So finishing off that loop, right? Closing off the loose ends. You could even say, I'm trying to think, how do I want to word this? You know, because this is like the Judgment card in this deck, in this particular deck. So you could even say this is about really discovering or owning your path and your purpose in this life. Right? Finally kind of letting go of any of those blocks or any of those reservations, any of the things you kind of told yourself that kind of held you back and kept you repeating this cycle over and over again, right? Because there's this idea. Okay, I'm gonna hold that. We're gonna talk about all these, and we'll come back to what I was just gonna say. So I'm gonna leave you in suspense for a little longer. But again, just indicative. All this karma stuff coming up so we can finally process it, close it out, send it on its way, and enjoy this new beginning. Then you have the Indigo card. This is the Magician. This is beautiful because this is as above, so below. This is the power in your hands, right? This is in your control. You have everything you need to manifest. You're already a strong manifester, right? So to me, this is more indicative of this opportunity you have to really create and utilize all this abundant energy that's around you. Now, what I want to talk about is this bad boy, this Nine of Flames. And we're talking about the mental space, so this is a perception, right? This is a perceived block. This is definitely a very frustrated energy. It's also a very tired energy. I always see the Nine of Wands, I describe it as my battled warriors. You've been fighting this war for so long, you've been in this fight for so long, and you're just tired. Like, you're just tired. Like, can I just put this torch down? Like, I don't want to wave this flag anymore. I don't want to wave this banner anymore. Can I just put it down, right? And I talked about karma, this loop, repeating and repeating and repeating. So what I was going to say, and where this creates some frustration, right? Like, I feel frustrated for you. This is even my story, and I'm like, ugh. Like, I feel like this loop, and you know exactly what loop this is. If this resonates, you're like, oh God, I know. I run into the same type of man. I keep having the same situations in work. You know, I keep suffering the same disappointments in my family, my friends, blah, 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 fill in the blank. This is coming through really in your conscious space. And there's this hurdle that we just can't seem to push beyond. We get to the same point and then we repeat the cycle again, right? What I love about what's going on here is that in the middle of it is you as the magician, right? You have the power to break the cycle. You really do. It hasn't been broken yet, but you are in full power to make that happen. Now, what's great, eclipse season is bringing all of this stuff up again. And, you know, I also want to say it's physically not coming up, right? Because none of that happened in the physical space. It's only showing up here. We'll see what happens in the last row, but it's almost like everything's being brought up theoretically. Because you've done the physical work, you've lived it, you've experienced it, you felt it. That's not what we're talking about. Now we're processing it. So I almost want to say in the mental space, the awareness is coming through on what this cycle is. This is the moment for you to pick it apart and understand why. What role did I play in this? How can I do things differently? Where can the change come from? What is this final step to lay this burden down? Okay? So this eclipse season, all about that awareness. All about that awareness. And just getting you to the point where, like I said, you can lay this down. I can see it. You are tired. You are tired, but you are strong here with the magician. You control all the elements here with this card. Like when I say you have access to all the tools you need, you have access to all the tools you need. Okay? Oh, stop it. You are so funny. So funny. Alright. So, spiritual level. This is where we get all the juice, right? So we have the 9 of Flames here. Look what we start out with. 10 of Flames. 10 of Flames. So here's your 10 of Wands. So we talked about laying it down. Guess what? You get to lay it down. You finally get the last piece of the puzzle. Now, 10 of Flames can be a burdensome card. Here you see, the figure carrying all these heavy wands up this staircase, but you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So, love this. Again, we're bringing this to an end. We're bringing it to closure. How do we do that? Here we have the 7 of Orbs. Sorry. This would be like the 7 of Swords. What I love about this particular card, and I mean like this particular card, how it was portrayed in this deck, you can kind of see this figure, that's you and your balloon. This is your perception, your belief system, your mind, what you subscribe to. And look at you dumping these lies out, right? Some of these things help you fly. Some of these help lift you higher. Some of these things weigh you down. Here we have a moment where you're in control and you're like, you know what? I don't need this. I don't subscribe to this anymore. Why am I carrying this with me? Get this out of my boat. That's exactly what's happening as we go through this eclipse season. We are releasing all those things we told ourselves or all those things we subscribe to that really aren't true and mean nothing to us. Absolutely nothing. So this is great. And actually as I look at this card, I keep getting drawn to these little figures on the bottom. There are people watching you do this. There are observers. Now, they may not say anything, they may not make themselves known, but they are watching you. This could be people who gave you these ideas and gave you these notions or said these to you, maybe even when you were younger. This could go back, quite a ways, who knows. But there are people witnessing what you're doing, and it's a great thing. There are people watching you rise. And it's either people that are in support and they're so happy that you're rising, or there's the people who tried to weigh you down. And you're like, you know what? That doesn't bother me at all. You maybe slowed me down a little bit, but nope. I'm gonna rise. Rising like a wonderful phoenix. And then you have the Seeker of Orbs. So this is the Princess of Swords, Page of Swords in a traditional deck. So great, naive, hungry energy, just wanting to experience more and to learn. And being from the Seeker of Orbs, this is all about inventing the new you, inventing your new normal, finding a new perspective on how to see things and how to view things. This is an energy that's, can be rebellious, but this is what shakes you up, right? Because again, we talked a lot about breaking this cycle, right? We're trying to break out of this repeating pattern, and what you've done in the past, it never got you out of it. Maybe you got closer, maybe you weakened it, but you never fully broke it. This is a beautiful moment to really close that chapter and just shut the book, close it, put it back on the shelf. Done. We're done with it. So this is beautiful. This speaks to seeking a new beginning and doing things differently. I have a beautiful Sag in my life who once gave me the line, crazy, the definition of crazy is doing the same thing expecting different results. This is you making different choices so that you can have different results, right? Because we've been in this pattern for so long. Now we're finally doing something different. Love this. This is beautiful, Sag. Beautiful. All right, we are going to pull an oracle card before we close out this reading, but it's looking very good. Biggest thing I can tell you is just to kind of focus in on that awareness. I want to say that your guides, whether it's your angels, spirit, your ancestors, your higher self, the signs are there, the support is there. You just kind of need to listen, and then that helps to guide your actions and your choices moving forward. So a lot of this is just discerning and kind of clearing house and what serves you, what doesn't serve you, and having this, embracing this new perspective, this new outlook. Love. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, Leo. My kitty is like in bed. He's like, Dad, I'm ready to go to bed. Shut up. You're so noisy. Interesting. Okay. Oh, Spirit. Spirit's kind of got a little joke for you. So here you have full moon in Leo. So that's a fire energy. You're a fire sign. Don't let pride get in your way. You know what this makes me think of? Like instantly what it makes me think of is this Nine of Flames. I'm actually going to take them out and have them sit next to each other for a little bit. Because again, I talked about this energy, the Nine of Flames. I'm tired. I've been doing this for so long. When can I be done with this? A lot of times this Nine of Flames, because it's been going on for so long, it can be kind of stubborn. You know, it's like I'm going to stand here because I've been standing here. Like I've been trying this so long, eventually it's going to work. Like I've got to be almost there. I've been doing it for so long. So I almost want to say this card is popping up. Be willing just to put that down and let this just be done with. This, you know, this, I almost want to say has turned into a brick wall. You know, this path got you as far as it can go. There's no need to keep pushing anymore. Right? And honestly, there's no reason to, you know, think of the opposite of pride. There's no reason to be ashamed that this wasn't the path that got you there. You know, it was part of the journey. I'm sure you learned a lot on this road, but there's something new presenting itself. So, to me, this card, this full moon in Leo, is coming up. Like, don't think you have to do it this way. And also, don't think this is the only way to do it. Be willing to see something different. Be willing to accept something different, right? And some of you, this may be accepting that this just isn't the right road. You thought it was, and maybe for an earlier version of you it was. But as you've grown and you've evolved, you want more than this. You deserve better than this, and your plans are now bigger than this. So there's no reason to feel bad that this has to be abandoned for something different. You've just outgrown this particular energy, right? So that final wand to get from the 9 to the 10 may just be acceptance. That may be all that's needed. Alright, my loves, I am going to leave your reading there. Beautiful energy surrounding you, lots of support, lots of love, lots of emotional satisfaction. You know, we've got some struggle, some kind of heavier, struggly energy going on. But again, that's all being worked through during this eclipse season. So give it 30 days. Be willing just to like deal with anything that comes up that may be uncomfortable. Deal with it, work through it. Don't let it crush you. Don't let it weigh you down. And be willing to accept that it's just part of the journey. And you're going to make it through just fine. Alright, my loves. I'm going to let you go here. As always, sending you love and light. Continue to take care of yourself. Be safe. You know, protect yourself and your loved ones. Stay connected. And I will see you in your next reading. Take care, Sag.